Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a really wonderful day. And thank you for joining me for this video. So today is the first of, 365 videos, I guess, as I attempt to sort of explore some prompts. So you see here I did the spinny thing, which randomized which one to choose, and it chose 333. And as I am searching for number 333 on this piece of paper with 365 prompts on it, we will soon see that the prompt is yeah. There it is! The prompt is mask. So, actually, really convenient, right? So, new page in my sketchbook, and I am just getting down some ideas. I thought of a few, 4 maybe. I guess the idea of this is to take a word and explore what I can create out of that word. And this probably isn't the best example of that, because I'm very, very good at sort of coming up with an idea, and that's it. Idea number 1 is the idea that I go for. So the idea here was to be like, oh, mask, and what can I get out of mask? And so I came up with things, COVID mask, obviously. I thought it was very apt that, of course, I get mask on my very first attempt at doing this. And then I looked at the theatre masks, and then I was thinking emotional masks, covering yourself up and putting on a brave face, or smiling on the outside but really not smiling on the inside. And I thought that was quite appropriate. I'm sure a lot of people are really struggling with that right now. I know I am sometimes. But I also decided to look at Venetian masks. I think they're always beautiful, and I really, really want to make some. So that was on my list, and I did some sketching and some drawing, and I thought, how about somebody sat on a bench out in public, and they're just doing what general people do, reading a book, having some snacks, just having a general nice time out and about, but they've got a mask on. And they look all pretty and all dressed up, but really it's a mask, and they're really not maybe having the best day that it seems like they're having. So you've seen me do the sketching, you've seen the idea. I really liked the idea. It sort of gave me a Forrest Gump vibe. Forrest Gump is great, I guess. And yeah, I do some sketching. I feel like I'm really feeling the little sketches that I did, and the big headpieces that really make you look so glamorous, but are not. And I sketch it out, and you will see eventually that I give up on this sketch. Sketch number 1 is not the sketch that really is going to work. I'm sort of getting there, but I'm just not feeling it. Do you know what would be really great is if you wanted to, you could join me in these 365 prompts. I've made them all up. I've not got them from anywhere. I've thought of them all myself. I sat down one evening and thought what prompts that I guess would inspire me or give me something to draw towards. And I plan on doing at least one a month. And I guess if you really like them, we can do them more often than once a month. But yeah, I can give you Let me find the piece of paper. Here it is. Let's have a look. Number 17 is fairy. Number 30, mornings. Number 107 is seahorse. 160, Victorian. 200 is slime. That would have been appropriate a few years back. Gosh, is that a few years? Goodness me. 279 is pineapple. And if SpongeBob doesn't come out of the sketching process of that, I guess I've done it wrong. Yeah, looking at this list, there is a lot on this list. And I think everyone will be random. And then if we get a duplicate, I guess we can decide on the day whether you want to have another whack at the duplicate, or if we spin again and try and get something brand new. Anyway, yeah. So there was the sketch. And here I am looking, thinking, that really doesn't feel like I wanted it to feel. So I give it another go. I'm thinking more emotional at this point. I'm thinking, what could be wearing a mask but doing something just general, less on show, more just being. And I find people with cross-legged fun to draw. I sit cross-legged all the time. And I find it really comfortable, and it's a really comfortable place or way to be sat. So this is a sketch just off the top of my head, and see what I mean, how I just go into it. There's no planning, there's no, ooh, maybe I should look at this pose or look at this pose, and there's always room for improvement. Yeah, and I thought you could be like calmly stroking their pet. And if you caught it at the very beginning when I was sketching, I was drawing the COVID masks, and then I gave one ears. And I thought it was super cute. So here he is, the little guy. Is this how original characters are made? Because I'm kind of feeling this. So if this is the third video of mine that you've been watching, and you've watched all 3 of them, and by some miracle you've watched them all to the end, I really, really do want to thank you for just spending the time looking at the things that I'm making. I've been making art for a very, very long time now, and I've always liked the idea of recording it. I feel like I make so much art that nobody gets to see any of it until I post it online, if I post it online. And so if you went to my Instagram, you would see a lot of posts. I've been posting there for a while. But I've never really recorded the process. And I guess I wish I had something to teach. But I really don't, even though I've been drawing for a very long time. I don't think I'm quite in a place to teach people how to draw yet, or how to do what I do, or how I do it. I pick things up all over the place, all over the internet. I am online a lot. I guess I'm one of these people who I'm always on Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok, and I'm there. I'm watching it. I'm absorbing all the information, and so one day I hope to be in a position where I can teach, and I can help other people create things and feel good about the things that they create. So this is pretty much the sketch. I want to sketch more with illustrative and story purposes to them. So I add this little guy here in the side just to kind of ground the image a little bit. I feel like if it was grounded with maybe a bit more story to it, it would read a bit nicer. I guess that's the problem with the illustration on the right, is that there's a lot going on, but there's no emotion in it. It was just all very static. And I'm not a huge fashion nerd, so all my clothes are really basic and really boring. Maybe I should do like a fear series where I work on the things that I don't do. Someone else did that. I can't think off the top of my head who it was, so if you know who that was, do let me know in the comments. But hey, look, there's a thing on the shirt. The shirt isn't plain and boring. Progress. Yeah. I'm really not sure right now what I'm hoping to get out of these videos. I'm sort of making it up as I go along. I really liked the sketch to this, and now I'm gonna ink it with a ballpoint pen because I really wasn't sure how well it was picking up on camera. I also then go in and do a bit of digital colouring on top of it. Yeah, but if you are watching these videos and you're thinking, Katie, you really need to be doing this or doing that, or I'd really like to see this or hear more about this, please let me know, because I would love to be giving you the content that you actually want rather than me rambling. Maybe you don't want me rambling. Maybe the answer to this question is, Katie, shut up. And your request will be answered. Considering I just went in and drew this off the top of my head, I really do like it. I really feel some sort of emotion coming from this piece. And I was kind of late recording this video. I could have gone in a lot more detail and really finished it off, but I really wanted to keep it sketchy. I felt like if I went in and tried to really polish off all the lines in Procreate or something, that I probably would have ruined it. It's learning when to stop. It's learning that the sketchiness is fine and completely finished pieces aren't needed. Let me know what you would have done for this prompt. The prompt was simply mask, and you didn't need to have a mask. It doesn't need to include any sort of face covering. You can do whatever you want. You can use mask as a jumping off point to another prompt. You could use mask as the physical word or a different meaning if you had a different meaning for it. But this would be really, really cool if it could turn into like a community project. The point to all these prompts was simply to get me drawing, to get me using a word and exploring that word as much as I could. And I guess even though I really enjoy drawing people and characters, essentially my goal for all of these drawings is that they're illustrations. They're what I would be happy to show people as like an illustrative piece, rather than like it has to have like some sort of meaning behind it, or story element to it, or emotion to it, or something like that. And if I achieve that, that means that's 365 illustrations that are potential contenders to a portfolio. I make so much art that all the art that I make on purpose, if that makes sense, I always try to make it to a portfolio standard. And sometimes that's just sketches. So that was the finished sketch. And it just wasn't enough. It didn't give me what I really wanted from it. So I'm gonna put it onto my iPad and I'm gonna attempt to sort of colour it to make it look like I drew it on my iPad. Just sort of bring the whites up and bring the blacks out. Yeah, none of these are working. None of these filters, blending modes, that's what they're called. None of them really work, and so I just put it back to normal. And then I just wanted some really light colours on it. And I like purple, and so that was the theme I went for. Just add in a little bit of colour. If you get this far through the video, please leave a comment. Please do let me know. I would really, really, really like to know if you made it this far. I'm about to learn that colours overlay. I work it out eventually. Stick with me guys. Yeah, and if you're an artist yourself, or if you like to do some drawing, draw with me. Tag me on Instagram at KTAmyCreative and we can draw together. How cool would that be? I know the social media is full of prompt lists. Like Inktober is a prompt list that every year. So many people do, and I've done it for the last maybe 4 or 5 years. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. I know I'm not alone. I'm just thinking about it. That was tough. I hate it. I hate it when you're in the middle of a really big artwork and all of a sudden you realise that you've been drawing on the reference layer or the sketch layer underneath, and you have to go all the way back, and you tried so hard to keep everything in line. Not a fan. But I do it right from here. Everything else is on one layer because it's just simple colouring now. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, if you're watching and you'd really like to join in with me, I'd really like that. That would be really fun. And we'd all create different artworks. Yeah, we'd interpret it different. I'm just really excited about the idea that we could have a little community of artists. I really, really like the idea of when we're allowed back out into real life, like real people. Just trying to find a group of local artists who, just like me, are drawing for the fun of it. And maybe we could get together once a week or once a month and sit in a coffee shop or sit in a park, and we could all draw together, and we could like draw each other, or we could draw the same thing, or work on a project, or just be together, but out in public where we can draw from real life and get inspired from real life and help each other and draw with each other. I think that would be a really good idea. It reminds me a little bit of being in university, where you're all sat together and drawing together. And you're not necessarily working on the same projects, you're just all in the same boat, really. Yeah, I miss drawing with other artists. I'm so stuck in the house all the time. Just imagine a nice sunny afternoon and you and, I don't know, 4 other people are just sat around in the middle of a park, and the grass is nice and dry, and you all sat on a little blanket eating some snacks and drinking pop, and you're just watching people walk by, and then you all decide that someone looks really interesting to draw, and so you all draw the same person, and they all come out looking different, but they've all been drawn together, and so they all have the exact same inspiration. I think that's really good. I think that'd be really fun. And of course, as time goes on, you'll all learn from each other. Yeah, I'm really excited about that idea. So, whilst the world is in chaos, and while we really can't be getting too close together and meeting, and even if we could meet, maybe there wouldn't be people out and about, I invite you all to be my friends in the park, where we sit together and draw together. We use the same prompt and we see what we come up with. I think that's really fun. And I hope you think it's really fun too. And if you do think it's really fun, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but do join me. Let's do it together. And you don't have to be an amazing artist, and you don't have to have any sort of tech. Just grab some paper, lined paper, it doesn't matter, and a pencil or a pen, and get to drawing. Come up with the ideas and give it a go. And if you want to be an artist and you're looking up to other artists, all I can say is to keep going. Because, and I know everyone hates it when you say this, but you really do just get better with time. There is no way around it. But when you're drawing with friends and you're experiencing this new adventure with other people, it won't feel as bad. You won't feel as monotonous as it is when you're on your own. And so I invite you to draw with me. Come up with your own ideas, or use the same ideas as me. And it's less about pushing those boundaries and more about just getting pen on paper. Anything. Yeah. I really enjoy it. So as I finish up this artwork, I do want to say once again, thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for taking the time to watch and comment and like and whatever you do. If you want to follow me on Instagram, please do. And just the last little bit on this drawing is I really wanted to feel like it was an organic piece of artwork, so I went in the background with more white just to brighten up the background, because it was a little bit shady from shady makes it sound like it's evil. Yeah, it was a little bit of an off-white colour from when I took the photograph, and I just wanted my character to sort of stand out from the background. So I coloured it all in white, and then I removed the white of the character, and I think it makes it look really, really good. I then add the quote. Oh, what quote did I add? Wait. That's it. I added the quote, "Be kind to the person under the mask." Because only the person wearing the mask sometimes is the only person knowing that that mask is there. And you really must be kind to yourself. It's been a long, long year and a half. But keep getting up every day. Try your best. because your best is always good enough. Just try and love yourself whenever you can. And maybe one day we won't have to hide behind a mask. And maybe one day we'll feel free to be ourselves. It's been really, really good to spend this morning with you. Thank you so, so much for watching. I hope that this is the first of 365 prompts. We have a lot of different things coming up, and it would be really cool to do it together. I just spotted unibrow on the list. How fun would that be? And yeah, this is the finished art piece. I'll zoom in on it in a minute, and I'll leave you for the day. If you would like to follow me online, you can find me at Katie Amy Creative on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Well, I guess on most of the social medias. I'm very lucky that nobody else has stolen my handle. So, at Katie Amy Creative, all the social medias, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.